Hi guys, welcome back to Global SMC Forex Trading. I hope you are having a good week of Forex trading, and to those who are new to this channel, this is Global SMC Forex Trading Company. So today we want to talk about a serious thing, a very interesting topic which a lot of people they want to know much about that topic. So the topic is called liquidity. So we're going to talk about what is liquidity, or how we view the liquidity, and how we even use it in the market. So to those who are listening, I think you are having a good moment, or you are going to have a good moment to learn about a new thing, because once you understand what is liquidity, we are going to realize that okay, let me check if my mic is okay. So you're going to realize that when you start to know what liquidity is, that's when you start to understand the market, how it moves, or how it even behaves. This is actually a market. So now, what are we saying? Liquidity is just a period of time whereby the market itself is trying to stop out many orders. You understand? What do you mean by this? Let's say you are in the trade, right? Let me just show you a very good example of liquidity that I'm seeing here, right? Let's say you were targeting this supply, or this demand zone, which is here. Let's say this was your target, right? This demand, let me write it. This demand, let's say you were targeting this demand, right? Then you're going to realize that depending on the way how you view the market or how you trade, if you were targeting this demand, right? Let's say you entered your position, maybe to those who were taught to use the 50%, and maybe your target is the next high, which is this one, maybe this one, right? Let's say this is your target, which is the next high. So you're going to realize that when the market comes to your point, right, it comes and taps it, then you enter, and you'll be like, oh yeah, it's now the time for me to make some money. Then you're going to realize that the market is going to come and takes you out like this, stopping you out of the market. And as soon as it does that, that's when it starts to what? To go up, and you'll be like, oh, how did this happen? Like, the market is now going up and I was supposed to be in. Your psychology is even down, right? So what are we saying now? This topping out, or this phase of clearing out your position, is what we call liquidity, right? So how does it work? So the market usually, when people places their orders right here, let's say trillions of people, they have placed the orders here, the market doesn't actually go there or to your direction at that particular time, but they first go very deep. Why are they going very deep? They want to stop out these people that have these stop losses, and they want to clear a lot of people. Those are people who use their psychology, and all those people who have low psychology, that they're trying to stop out all these people. But you're going to realize that as the market, right, starts to go down to even to this deep end, even your account, I think if you have a big account or a small account, you see that the negativity will be so much high, in such a way that you can even close it. You understand? So now, this is what we call liquidity, this grab that happens before the actual move. So this is something that we are going to be learning today, so that if there are people who are interested to use it and view it, it can be helpful to you. So what are we saying now? We have three types of liquidity that I know. The first one is called trend line liquidity. The first one is called trend line liquidity. So what are we saying? So the first one is called trend line liquidity, like this one, right? The first one is called trend line liquidity. The second one, right? The second one is called equal high. It's called the equal high liquidity. This is called the equal high liquidity, right? Then this last one, the last one that we have is a session liquidity. We have a session liquidity. So basically, yeah, the third one, yeah, is just it's not that important, but I will tell you where it's important. But let's talk about trend line liquidity. What do you mean by trend line liquidity? As the market is moving up, right? You know that the market moves like this: high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high high. You see, this is how the market moves. So you are going to realize that if you were using the strategy that I told you, the 3-step strategy, right? Maybe you are seeing all these demands, right? You see all these demands, you're seeing all these demands. This one is a demand, let me label it. You're seeing all these demands, right? Okay. You're seeing all these demands. Again, here the same. You're seeing this demand. You understand? Here the same. You're seeing this demand. You understand? Here the same. You're seeing this demand, right? So you're going to realize that as you're seeing these demands, right, you can see that you're actually benefiting as the market is going up. You are really making a lot of money as the market is going to your direction. But for trend line liquidity, right, you are supposed to know where the trend line comes. Okay, the where trend line comes with this way, because you are seeing that it's a trend line that is just being followed. You understand? This line that I've drawn, to people who actually know what a trend line is, this is a trend line. So you're going to see that as the market is moving like this correctively and you are making a lot of money, there's a point of time that, let's say, you create another demand. Let's say here, let's say you created another demand here, and that this one is your other demand, right? Like this. You're going to realize that when the market comes again to your point, right, maybe it can just accumulate and accumulate like this, right, until it gives a strong and transfer to the bottom side. So what are we saying? You're going to realize that as you are thinking that no, we are still going up and up, the market is just going to come by any time to clear all these positions, all this position that you were in. So if you were taking maybe profits to, maybe if these were your take profit zones, the next highs, let's say you were profitable from here to here, maybe this one you got a confirmation but you are stopped out, which means you are still in profit. But if you were not taking out profit, if you are just holding or hedging, just taking the price as it's going up, you're going to realize that the market is just going to come and stops you out and takes all your positions, right? But actually it doesn't move like this straight line. Maybe it can just make some corrective moves and something of this sort. But what I'm really sure of is it will come and stops you out like almost all these positions. This low market is coming and what, and taking all your money that you were hedging, right? This is what we call trend line liquidity. This is how it happens. So your question is so how do we get rid of it? So to get rid of the trend line, what I can just say is you have a system, and your system should have the stop loss or the take profits that are next to the next high. What are we saying? If it was me, if I enter this position, right, my target will be the next high, right? I'll enter here. My target will be this next high. At the same, if I even enter this this one, right, maybe this one, this last one, my target for this one will be this last high, right? So I think this way, that's the best way that you can manage your trade, so that if the market comes and takes you out, you have these 1 2 3 4 passes and one fail, which just gives us like 3 out of 4, and it will be a really good profit. So by trade line liquidity, we are just saying this is how the market moves and stops out people. So now let me to try to see if I can see it on the real market. Yes, I think I saw one trend line liquidity, which is here. Let's view the market from here. So to those people who are new to this channel, I think this is not the first video that you're supposed to be seeing. For you to understand this, you can start from the first video until you get to this section, so that you can understand what's really happening. So what are we saying now? Let me draw the market structure. This is the high, the low, 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 the high, and definitely boom. So what are we saying now, right? As you can see, the market was making this very good demand zone. You can see this very good demand zone, this very good demand zone that the market was making as it was going up. I think you can even see it from this chart. Yes, you see, right? The market was making this. Let me label it for people who wants to know what really it is. As you can see, this was our demand, this is our demand, this is our demand, this is our demand. So what were we saying on that diagram? So if you check this diagram and the one that I drew here, right here, is just the same as this one. It's just the same as this one. That are people, right, as they are trading these supply and demand zone, like supply and demand zones. Some of them, they'll be hedging, or they're just taking the profit as the market is going up. So I was saying, if you want to manage this kind of trade, right, you just target the next high, then you push your stop loss like maybe here, so that if the market comes to your next high, then you take your profit, take your profit, take your profit, in such a way that maybe if you get, or if you even don't get, because there are two options, you can even get a confirmation and you cannot even get a confirmation. It depends. Maybe you got a confirmation and you're stopped out. How many trades have you passed? 1 2 3 4, and you lost one, and you are really in a very good profit. Understand? So that's the way that you can manage this trend line liquidity. So this is actually what trend line liquidity, and that's how it works to stop people. It just comes the way that I just showed you on that previous market, and stops all the people that have their stop losses just below here, right? Then now let's talk about something that that is called equal high liquidity. So equal high liquidity, what are we saying? Right, we are saying, let's say the market is moving in a corrective way, right, like this, right? So you're going to see that for the equal high liquidity, let's say maybe the market came to this point in the trend here, right? Then it went here, right, before it comes to this zone and goes to this zone, right? So guys, to people who really understand the candlestick, I think you can even really interpret what I'm trying to say. So for here, right, this is our demand. This is our demand as always. Just see these things as the candlestick, or maybe I'll place the candlestick for you, the ghost feed, but I think still the same, because if you were following the videos from the first, you can even really understand what I'm trying to explain here, right? This is our demand, right? Of course. Then this one is our impulsive move, the strategy number 2 that we always talk about, the impulsive move, forming a demand, and the market is coming to our zone. So let's say we had a good confirmation. So you're going to realize that what we call equal high liquidity, right, is that a market can form 2 equal highs, which we can see something like this, right? This is what really happens sometimes. So what does the equal highs help you? So the market is not usual or the probable or the probability of this happening. Yeah, of course it might be 80%, but it doesn't mean that whenever you see them, the market just going to come to this place. So how does this equal high liquidity works? It works to the people who really like to trade what we call support and resistance, right? So I think here you can just view this as this one the first support and the second support, right? Let's say maybe you have drawn your zones like this, right? You have drawn your zone like this, and maybe you saw a double M, and you are in the market, you understand, and you are in the market like this, and you'll be like, oh, today I'm going to make money. Let me place it the actual way, and you'll be like, oh, today I'm going to place this on Instagram. I want to make a lot of money. The market is moving to your direction, you are happy, you're taking screenshots, Instagram, people see I'm the best and stuff. Then suddenly when you just go and upload that picture on Instagram, when you come back, you're going to see like, oh, I'm tapped out, the market came and even take my position. And these kind of scenarios, they usually happens like 90% or over 90%, that people they are always taken out, and at some point that's the reason why people quit trading, understand? Because when they see this move, they'll be like, oh, so this is forex trading. No, let me go back to the thing that I was doing. Forex trading is a scam. They leave the market, they go wherever they want to go, but not realizing that we are saying is the market is going to your direction, which is something that I taught in previous lessons. You are supposed to be managing your trades as they are going to your actual direction, you understand? As of here, if you see a market maybe breaking again, like making another supply, you can even lock your trade to break even, so that if the trade comes here, it's just going to tap this zone, you understand? You're just going to tap this zone and you won't be stopped out, which means even if it comes here like this, you don't have win, you don't have lose. But if you take much of your time going to Instagram and posting the 3,000 or the 5,000 that you're seeing, and boom, suddenly you just see a negative 500, I don't think you are going to like it. But what I'm just saying, this is how the trend line the equal high liquidity works. So it just works to the people especially who likes to use this support and resistance. So for instance, again, let me try to find a clean chart. Maybe let's say the market, right, was moving like this, right, and this, maybe the market was moving like this, right? So what are we saying? That these are the highs that you are talking about. You have drawn your trend line. You have drawn your trend line, right, like this. You have drawn your trend line like this. You have drawn your trend line like this, right? You have drawn your trend line like this. So after drawing your trend line, you are in the trade like this. You are in the trade like this, right? This is our let's say this is our resistance zone. You have drawn it and you enter this position as the market is going down, and you're targeting this next low, and you are already posting like always on Instagram, guys are making a lot of money. But you're going to realize that the market can even go halfway, 3/4 way before it comes back and stops you out like this, going over your stop loss, and you'll be like, oh, forex trading is a scam. I won't go back to forex trading because every time that I'm entering my trades, the market is coming and tapping me out. That's how it is, and you have to know it and understand it in deep. So now, what are we saying again now? We have something that we call a session liquidity. So a session liquidity, it always mostly it applies to these are forex pairs, maybe these forex pairs like the USDs, all these that are controlled by the market or the smart money, or maybe the stocks, or these all of this space. But now what happens to session liquidity? We are saying we have sessions. To people who really know sessions, I think we have how many sessions? We have London, we have Asian, we have New York session. Let me just write it for the case of education. So what are we saying here? We have Asian session, we have Asian session, right? This is our first session, and our second session is what is New York. Let's just write NY meaning New York, right? Then we have our London session. I think most of you here, you know about sessions. So what are we saying about liquidity in sessions? You're going to realize that the market, right, before the opening of every session, which is what people they call it sometimes a window period. It's just a period whereby the market liquidates most of the zones, right? Like let's say I was into this trade, right? So how does it work sometimes? Let me make the example using this one. Okay, using the same. Let me clear all this, and I'll make an example of session liquidity. So what are we saying about session liquidity? Let's say you entered the trade as always, right? Boom, we are making money. Now this is me, the person who really have experience, and I'm also happy. I'm also posting on Instagram because I call myself a mentor. I'm also part of those people. I enter the market like this. Then after I enter the market like this, right? Maybe I'm targeting this next high like this. As the market is going to my position, I did the execution very correctly. But if you don't take note of sessions, you're going to realize that the market, right, maybe if it reaches the halfway, right, if the session time comes, or this window period that comes, you're going to see that that's when sometimes the market just forms a spike thing like this. You see, a spiking thing like this, or maybe it's news or it's whatever, but it makes the market behaves like this. This is what we are calling session liquidity. You understand? It's not that you are wrong. No. You are very correct, and you are the best trader in the world. But you are just being affected by the session, right? You just didn't take note of it, that there is a session time. But if it was me, maybe I could have managed this and made a break even. But maybe you're a beginner, and I have told you the very big good strategy. You go and apply it. The market comes here, boom, it stops you out. Then you say, oh no, he's a scammer, he told me this and that is not working. But you didn't even apply what I've told you here, the session time. So you have to know these sessions. It's another topic maybe that I'll do later as you're going. But as I'm saying, this is actually what liquidity is. So if you know trend line liquidity, the first one that we talked about, the equal high liquidity, and this session liquidity, you're going to realize that sometimes even if you fail your trades and you made some mistake, you're going to even correct yourself and start to know where you were making these kind of errors, you understand. So now let me try to see where I can find the equal high and the session liquidity on the actual forex market, so that you guys, you always enjoy forex trading. So forex trading is not even a big thing, you can even know it, but the only thing with forex is that when you want to learn it, you learn it, you go and practice everything that a person is telling you or your mentor is telling you. Go and try, test it, make some journals over it, test it, back test it, forward test it, know your strategy, know how it works until you are even satisfied, modifying it and all this stuff. This is something that that is going to determine that are you a good trader or you are a bad trader. So now let me search for what equal high. Is there an equal high that I'm seeing here? Okay, wait. I want to see if I can see an equal high liquidity, so that I tell you guys what it really is. Maybe if I do this, wait, let me go into this zone and refine it, so that I'll see if I can see it. Let's go to 1 minute time frame. So don't worry about these candlesticks. It's just that's the way how they move, especially if you go down frame. Right, so what are we saying? I think from this chart we want to explain everything that we have talked about. We want to apply everything, like all the liquidities, so that you can see them, all of them. So the first liquidity that you are having is what? This one. What do you call this? This one is an equal high liquidity, right? To someone who is trading the support. You are stopped out here, you can see, right? You are stopped out here. So on this one we spotted what? An equal high, equal. So this one will be an equal high, this one will be an equal low liquidity, because if it's high we say high liquidity, if it's the lower side it's equal low liquidity. So this graph that happened here was caused by this liquidity, right? So if the market entered our position, you can realize that it made this impulsive moves, right? And the market started to form this, you can see, right? See this supply zones definitely, boom, you see, right? This one is a what? A trend line liquidity, you understand? So let me point it again. This one again is a trend line liquidity. The market made its what? Aggressive move to the what? To the upside, right? So now let's find the what? The session liquidity. So the session liquidity, right, it usually happens, let me check, on the opening of every session, right? So let's take for example, if you check these kind of moves, right, these are the kind of moves, especially these aggressive moves, right? These are the moves that are caused by the sessions, especially the ones that moves aggressively like that, like this. These ones are usually their sessions liquidity that are moved by the market itself aggressively, all these moves. So you're going to realize that maybe if you were trading, let's say for this example, you were trading this, you were waiting for this resistance, and you placed your order as the market is coming to this side, because you can see that when the market entered this zone, let me zoom in so that you people can understand. So you're going to realize that as the market entered this zone, it reacted on this point. You can see that it reacted and it even started to went down. You understand? Maybe you are in the position and you'll be like, oh, we post on Instagram like always, then suddenly with an immediate effect the market booms. It forms this liquidity. It's grabbing you and all the people that were trading, that were waiting for this for this resistance zone. You understand? So this is how liquidity works. So if you understand liquidity, you're not going to be so much scared about forex trading, and you always know that sometimes the zones fail, and your duty as a forex trader is to just execute the trade, especially if your strategy presents. I always talk about that every time that I come and start to explain about forex. Your duty as a forex trader, when you have a strategy, plan your strategy, right? If you see that strategy presenting itself, right, enter the trade, manage it as it's going to the actual direction. This is something that is going to determine your profitability, right? So before I made a conclusion of the video, I just want to share with you something that I realized after a very long time, which is something that you are getting for free, and if you use it, try it and test it, are going to see that you'll be a very good trader, and it will start to make sense, right? So let's define this graph. This is just a graph that I'm trying to. Here is a beginner, right? Here is a beginner. Let's say here is a beginner. Let's say just a begin, or the BG. Let me just call it BG, or a beginner. And here maybe let's say you have you're now experienced, right? And now this is the profitability. Let's say this is the profitability. So you're going to see that as you start to trade, right? Let's say you started to trade on this here. You're going to see that maybe without or what I just taught you, maybe you start to apply it, and maybe it's making sense, and maybe you're making some profit, and you are really enjoying, like, I'm making a lot of profits. This strategy, it works. Then there's a certain point of time whereby you start to see the weaknesses of this strategy, and you'll be like, it's not working. Why? It's not working. It's a scam. You taught me something. You see, now we are just in this range. You see, your profit is low. So you're going to see that as you make modification, as you start to modify your strategy, starts to form your own new things, applying everything that you learn here, modifying it, making it perfect, the profitability graph will start to make sense slowly through your effort and everything that you do on forex trading, until it becomes cheap like this. So now the question is, how does it become steep? It becomes steep with your system now. So now this is what you call the system now. You understand? This is a system, right? That helps you to actually know what really trading is. If you don't have a system, you can never be profitable. It's not about trend line liquidity. It's not about spotting them. It's not about knowing where they are. Because another thing about liquidity that people don't know when they are using it, liquidity is everywhere, guys. You see, I'm showing you on 15-minute time frame. If you go on higher time frame, maybe 1 hour, you're going to see that we start to see new liquidities. If you go on daily, we start to see new liquidities. If we even go to 1 minute time frame, we begin to see even more and new liquidities, right? So which means liquidity is just everywhere. But your purpose as a trader is just to know your strategy, execute it, modify it, and start to know the actual thing. It's not about trading a demo or a real account. Even if you trade a real or a demo, we don't trade money, we trade the strategies. If you are focused on your strategy and you modify it, you start to see that your profitability graph, it changes as you modify. So here let's just assume that this is modification. You are making some journals every month, you are revising, you are knowing your errors, you're doing this and that. That's how you become profitable now, until you start to see that now I think I'm okay with forex, I really okay, and let me just enjoy. So for these people who are usually faces this kind of graphs or low profitability, these are the people that are just searching for mentors, you understand? These are the people that are searching for mentors. This one is the first mentor, which is me. I told you a strategy, it's working, and it's working. All are making a lot of money. Boom, the strategy is failing, it's giving you loss, the profitability graph is decreasing. No, it's a scam. He told me something is a scam. Oh, it's a scam. Everything he told me is a scam. But you're just using everything that I'm told you. You're not even modifying anything. You don't even know your stop loss, your take profit, how to manage your trades, all these stuff. So guys, what I was just trying to say is, when you want to be profitability, put more effort and make a system. While you're trading, you're going to see that your system and the way how you respect it, and it's going to your direction, is going to determine your your profitability. So just to conclude this video, let me just do the recap of what I was saying. What was I saying? The trend line liquidity is like we are just following the trend, right? We are trading as the trend is going up, going to all this demand, boom, the market fails you, it breaks all this demand. So a best way to just avoid it, you just target the next high as a take profit, so that you won't be taking out all your profits, which is something that I've showed you here, and I think you saw it from this graph, if you still remember, guys. At the same time, there's something that I talked about, which is equal high liquidity. What did we say about equal high liquidity? We talked about support and resistance zones that people use. Let's say you're waiting for your support here, maybe your support here, boom, the market maybe goes to this dip before it comes to your actual direction, and when it goes to this zone, maybe your account is maybe even less than $5, you panicked and stuff. So this is actually how trading works. Then session liquidity, what are we saying about session liquidity? Maybe you just enter the trade like me, you have some experience, you're posting Instagram, YouTube, boom, the session comes, takes all your money, -50, -500. Forex trading is a scam. I'll never do forex trading again. It starts to post. So it's not actually that I was wrong, but it's only because of a small thing, which is session, that people should know about. So this is how liquidity zones works, and this is how you can even avoid them, as I've told you on this video. So guys, today I think I taught you two things: how to be profitable, and actually the main topic, which is equal high liquidity and trendline liquidity and session liquidity. So for those guys who are new to this channel, I think you're going to be seeing some other videos. Go and see them, go and watch them. What is market, the strategy that we use, the 3-step strategy, how to execute it. Otherwise guys, thank you for your time. I really enjoyed sharing this video with you. Share with your friends, and if you want to even know more information about this, I'll provide some information below. You check it, you come, and I will try to help you so that we get profitable and we start to enjoy the forex market. This is Global SMC Forex Trading. Thank you. I'm signing out.